Hi everyone, Ivy Lim here, and today I wanted to talk about 10 ways to clear and reset your energy. And I'll just wait for a couple of people to pop on. Thank you for being here. I could start by talking about why it's important to clear and reset your energy. Why do you need to do that? Why is it such an intention? Why do you need to add another thing on your to-do list? And it's actually very imperative. We know that energy is everything. Let me just make sure the comments are on. That it's everywhere. Energy doesn't die. Energy moves, it transforms, it transmutes, it can change from one thing to another, and it never dies. It's always with us, right? Energy is in constant motion. It can move slower, it can move fast, it could stagnate, it could pool. So what is the best way in which we can use our own energy? And we are spiritual beings, we're energetic beings, we are biochemical beings, bioelectric, magnetic beings. And in this times when there's so much grief and negativity going on in the world, and conflict and wars going on in the world, it is very, very easy for that to drain us. And going back to Dr. David Hawkins' work, The Map of Consciousness, we all vibrate. There are different levels of vibration. Every emotion has its own frequency and its own vibratory level. So right now, say for example, we are in a mass time of war. There's a huge conflict going on right now, enormous destruction. Obviously, that is vibrating on the lowest possible scale of spirituality and of humanity. Some people might think that it's a high vibration energy because it's one of anger, but it is also one of deep grief and deep shame and deep guilt. And that in itself is permeating through the air into our own energies, into our own body. So it is important as individuals that we also become very mindful and very intentional about our energy, no matter what's going on. And this is not ignoring what's going on, but it is also important that all of us as a collective hold the frequencies. Eckhart Tolle, in his book A New Earth, says that we are frequency holders, and everyone has their own purpose. And spirituality is evolutionary, meaning that our spirituality is always evolving, right? And the best way to do that is to really tune in to our own personal energies. So what happens when you're not doing so good, when you're feeling drained, when you have energy vampires sucking the life out of you? So here are 10 ways to manage your energy at this time. Number one is one of my favorite. It's very, very simple. And because energy is always moving, I always like to do things when I'm clearing my energy with an open window. So I could be driving in the car, I will open the window a little bit. I'm at home and I'm doing energy clearing, I will open the window a bit. So number one is always open the window, let the fresh air in, make sure that there's energy is able to access out to move away from you. So remember, we're clearing away negative energy. So the cutting process just looks like this. You're just basically cutting almost like a karate chop across your solar plexus. This chakra here is it's a main chakra. It's a major chakra. And a lot of it is the energetic ties that we have into this world, and everyone also can connect. It's like a one big umbilical cord coming, like, you know, auric umbilical cord coming out of our bodies. So you want to cut that away. And again, I do it towards the window. So if I'm driving and I have a negative thought, or I have a morbid thought, you know, or a worry thought, or an anxious thought, or a scary thought, I'm like, cut that, release, cut and release. And I just say that silently to myself, cut and release, and I'll do it out the window. Actually, I'm going to open up the window a little bit right now. Cut and release, and out to the out into the sky, out into the air, out into the sunshine. And I silently thank the universe, thank the cosmos, thank the stars, thank God, thank my higher self for allowing me to cut it away and to helping me dispel it and disperse it away from my energy body. So that's what I do there. Number one is simple cutting. After you cut, it's also nice to zip up. You want to zip it up because you want to keep your now clear energy inside. So it's like cut, 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 whatever negative thought you have, whatever morbid thought you have, whatever worry, anxiety thought you have, out the window, to the cosmos, to the stars, to the air, to Mother Earth. Thank you for taking care of it for me. And I'll zip up my newly cleaned energetic body. The second one is salt, using salt. So salt has been, you know, there's been wars fought over salt. People take over countries because of their salt, right? India is historically one of the most famous, renowned places to access salt. And, you know, it was one of the reasons why Britain also wanted to colonize India. Was a lot of it was because of their salt and a lot of the other properties that they have there, their herbs, their tea. China was for the tea as well. They colonized China for the tea. So all of these herbal properties, salt is the mineral. Salt is an amplifier. It's also a cleanser. It's also antiseptic. So salt amplifies taste, as you know. So salt can also amplify your energy. But for the purpose of clearing, salt is also a really natural antiseptic, and it's abundant, so it's easy to have salt around. So the ways you can use salt is if I have an argument with my husband, if someone is sick in the house, if I'm feeling very dragged down or very sluggish, I get salt. So I'll put it in a vase or in a big mason jar. I'll fill up the water and I'll pour down a pour of salt in it, and I'll leave it in the corner. And again, the same thing, I silently direct and intend for any negative energy and thank the salt, thank the water for clearing it out into the jar. So it will absorb that auric energy, and then you can also frequently dump out the salt. And you want to do this in the toilet, so you can flush it down the toilet and out and away into the earth, or, you know, it's got to go somewhere, right? So same thing when you're, you know, flushing the toilet, you want to, you know, draining out the salt, you want to make sure to say, thank you for taking this away from me. Thank you for cleaning and clearing my space. You can have this in your room. You can have it at your bedside table if you're not feeling good as well. So the number 3 is grounding. This is my favorite one because nature is enormously helpful in getting you cleared and reset. So even if it's wintertime, well, it's a little bit hard in the wintertime to go out in your bare feet, but definitely if there's, and I actually do, even though it's cold, I'll go out for a little bit, but really touching the earth, skin to earth, bare feet, bare hands, sitting on the ground, grounding yourself with the healing properties of Mother Nature. You know, there are ions and energy coming from the earth. There's magnetism coming from the earth, and you want to be able to absorb that energy whenever possible. So whenever possible, get outside and ground yourself. Sit with your back to a tree as well. And again, don't forget to give thanks. Thanks to the tree for supporting you and for sharing that tree energy with you. Thank the earth for being able to touch the earth. Hi, Dimple. And really soak in the loving hug of Mother Nature. So that's number 3 is grounding. Number 4 is chanting or music. Again, this works on a vibratory level. So it is no wonder that music is so universal. Music is so powerful. The most famous and the highest paid people on the planet are that of musicians. Music transcends time. It transcends nationality. It's so truly universal, and it is such a good vibration. And this is all about vibration and frequency. So not only using music to clear your energy, but even chanting. So one of my favorite ones is Om Mani Padme Om, and I'll put that in the comments later. That is the mantra for compassion and mercy. It is the mantra for one of my favorite Buddhist goddess, which is Kuan Yin. That is the mantra that she is highly attributed to. And again, saying that coming out of your mouth, vibrating into the air, it's a very sacred mantra. If you don't feel comfortable, again, this is nothing to do with religion. It's just about vibrations and frequencies. But if you don't feel comfortable chanting in Sanskrit or in another religion, you can certainly say a prayer. I grew up Catholic, so there are some really beautiful and Christian, really beautiful prayer songs that I loved to hear throughout my childhood, even though I hated going to church. But I'll play those songs, and I'll play it, from different artists, the same lyrics. You want to, have those vibrations permeating through the air. What a beautiful way to reset and clear your energy. Number 5 is water. So a lot of you know me from Feng Shui, and Feng Shui in literal translation is wind and water. And so water is such an amazing tool with all the science that we know. Do you know that they still don't know everything about water? Water in itself is its own microorganism. It has its own energy. It has its own spirituality. There is a spirit in water. There is a spirit in our plants, just like the way our body is. Remember, we are connected to everything. So just like the way we can connect and feel, our water has that energy. So one thing that is very important, actually, whenever I'm drinking water, I take a moment to silently bless the water. Right? Silently say, thank you, water, for your nourishment. Thank you for your clearing, and blessing that water with your own personal energy. Just taking a quick second. It only takes a few seconds to really mindfully, as you're pouring the water, as you're drinking the water, as you're holding it in your hand, silently send blessings to your water. Because remember, energy is always moving. So as you send the positive blessings to the water, where is it going? You're also then consuming it. And also this is made famous from the work of Dr. Masaru Emoto, the Japanese doctor who did the experiment on the hidden messages of water. If you ever want to look that up, called The Hidden Messages of Water by Dr. Emoto. Very, very powerful. So you want to also be mindful of when you're drinking water to help use that clear and direct with intention to clear and direct and reset your energy. So another aspect around water is simply taking also a salt bath. So I have a plastic salt bottle that I keep in my shower. I keep in the bathroom, and you could do the cutting, which I mentioned, number 1. So as you're showering or as you're bathing, I actually take the salt and I'll rub it, especially on my solar plexus. I'll rub it on my back solar plexus. I'll rub it on my heart, on my throat chakra, and again I'll cut and I'll watch the salt and intentionally direct the water and thank the water for clearing me, cleansing me, and taking it down into the drain, thanking the earth for taking care of this water, thanking the earth for being able to transmute this water. It takes just a few seconds. As you add that bit of salt, rub it off, thank, intend, direct it away from your body. And again, setting the intention that it is clearing and cleansing your energy of anything that no longer serves you. So the second principle, which is wind, Feng Shui, wind and water, wind is, again, opening up the windows. Sweeping creates wind. So I really, especially around the front door, around your bedroom, the places where you stand, you spend the most time in, around your kitchen, around your bed, right? You want to sweep very mindfully. And again, as you're sweeping, you can even sprinkle salt. See how everything's coming together? Sprinkle salt on the floor, at your front door, sweep around, open the windows. And if you have fans in the house, I have a fan that's also in my office. So turn on any fans in the house. So really, again, directing the energy. So you're transforming the energy. You're moving the energy around in your house, around your being. And so you really want to use the property of wind. Number 7 is the other property of fire, so which is smoke. So lighting a candle, and again, lighting a candle with the window a little bit open. So as you blow out the candle, you're also blowing it out and away from you, away from your home, away from your body. The smoke will take it, the smoke will transform it. You can say your prayers or your chants with the smoke. Again, you don't have to do this all at once, but these are individual tools that you could use at any given time. So using smoke, using sage, and spray, even spray. So even the saltwater spray, you could put some essential oils. I love frankincense, so I'll have that, a few drops of frankincense and lavender, and tea tree is also a natural antiseptic. And I'll spray that in around the room as well if I'm feeling very, very heavy and I need a definite energy clearing and reset. Number 8, now we're getting to a little bit advanced techniques. So number 8 is using color. So as a pranic healer, we use a lot of color, and sorry, my head rest just dropped. We use a lot of color in our healing. So the 3 main colors that 4 main colors that I would like you to learn about today is the color green, the color white, the color pink, and the color ultraviolet purple or ultraviolet. So green comes from your throat chakra, green and blue. So whenever you are needing healing, you actually want to picture yourself being bathed, coming out of your throat chakra, being bathed in green light. And it's like a ultraviolet green light. And if you can't visualize it, because for the longest time I had a hard time visualizing color, you would just actually say it out loud. Healing green light coming out from my throat chakra, bathing you in this green light. Again, it's a transformative technique. Color, as any artist would know, is very important. And there's so much color that we can't even, who knows how much color is actually out there that we cannot see. But green is a color that is very much associated with healing. White is also a very loving, light, neutral color, so you could use that at any time. As you'll notice, any pictures of saints or higher deities, you'll always see the light coming around them. So white comes from your crown, and again, picturing white light coming out from your crown, clearing you and bathing you, and you're showering in this white, divine, luminous white light. And just call it out. If you cannot picture it, just call it out in your mind's eye, call it out verbally, and you can actually start training yourself also to see this light. And as you start training yourself, you'll be surprised how you can actually start seeing other people's light, start seeing the light of live beings, start seeing the sort of the auric fields of trees and of plants and of animals and of other people. So if you continue these exercises of really allowing yourself to bathe in light and to see auric energy and to call it out, you'll actually begin to start seeing it in people around you as well, people and energy beings around you. Another one that I really love is pink light. So pink also too, I had a hard time visualizing pink. What I like to visualize is a pink rose. When I can, sometimes I'll even have, I have a pink rose in my phone all the time. Periodically, I will screenshot a picture of a pink rose to remind me of that pink energy, and that is coming from your heart chakra. And really, again, sending out pink energy to other people, sending out pink energy to difficult situations, sending out pink energetic light to people who are also sad, are also not doing well. Send them pink, loving light radiating out from your heart. And that brings us to number 9, actually, is sending blessings. Another way to reset your energy and to clear your energy is actually to exude blessings, even if it's difficult, even if you're in a difficult situation and you don't want to send this person or this being blessings, just quietly saying something like, you know, God bless your soul. I'm sending you blessings. You know, I'm wishing you the best no matter what. I'm wishing us the best and the greatest good of all. Just really sending blessings to others, even if in difficult situations. Experiment with this. You will see, this one for me has been one of the most powerful things. I have some difficult situations in my life, sending them blessings with pink light. It's actually miraculous. Things start turning around. People start, you know, disappearing from your lives. Situations start dispersing from your life. Good things start happening in your life when the more you're sending blessings, especially through pink light, white light, and now we're going to ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light also comes from the crown. So white ultraviolet light comes from the crown, green healing light comes from your throat chakra, and pink light comes from your heart. So this is a very advanced technique, and I'm leaving it for last, and it is basically called psychic shielding in the pranic healing world, the energy healing world. And how it works is, I use this when I have a stuck negative thought. Sometimes I use it if I have a nightmare. Sometimes I've dreamed, like, you know, things happening to my loved ones or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I dream that? Why did I dream that? And I start doing my psychic shielding for protection. If I'm going on vacation or if I'm traveling, if I'm on the road, I quickly do the psychic shielding for my loved ones, for my car, for the airplane, for the train, for wherever I am at. So that's another thing. Every time you leave the house, also be highly intentional for, you know, sending a blessing to yourself for safe travels, to the cosmos, to universe, to God, and say thank you for safe travels, for protection, for good energy. So the psychic shielding is it's simple, but it's highly intentional. It takes you know, it does take a few moments to really, really intend it and for it to happen. Is that you just picture from your crown ultraviolet light. So like think of neon purple, and you picture the situation or the person that you want to protect, and you put them in the center of that ultraviolet light. So you're literally creating a bubble around yourself, your family, your car, your home, whoever it is that you want to protect, and you just call on luminescent ultraviolet healing light. You can use your hands. Actually, I'm very kinesthetic person, so I'm a very hands-on person, so I really like to use my hands a lot. You can rub your hands to liven up the energy there, and really you can almost feel the energy around your image of this person, your projection of the person or situation or your house, your being, your family, and you want to create this shield of ultraviolet purple protection light. And again, sending thanks, sending gratitude to God, the universe, whoever you feel most resonant with, and for this divine protection, divine energy, divine wisdom, divine love. So be it, and for the greatest good of all. And that is it. 10 ways to clear your energy. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment below and send me a message, and I will hope to answer it soon. So thank you so much for joining. Hi, Cassie, Marjorie. and Dimple. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know as well what you think of everything. Let me know if you try it. Let me know. Let me know the miracles that occur. You know, sometimes there's heavy situations and it requires a little bit more intention, and it's loving intention. Sometimes, you know, you might have an anger behind it or resentment around it. So you really want to keep your highest intention, even if you just don't feel it at the moment, and you just call it out. You know, this is for the greater good of all. And really getting out of your own way to do this, knowing that you, like all of us, we are vessels on this planet. We are conduits of energy, and you don't have to do it by yourself. You can call on the greater energy, the greater good, your higher self, the higher selves of others to help you with this, because you do have healing powers. And remember, your healing is my healing. All of our healing is healing together. We're all connected at a spiritual and energetic level. So it's imperative that each and every one of us do what we can, do our part in developing good healing energy. And you can do it. Your energy does matter. It does make a difference. It's like that drop in the ocean. A drop in the ocean, creates ripples. The butterfly effect is very well known. The flap of a butterfly's wings can change the direction of wind. And that is who we are. So I really want you to remember how powerful you are, how much you matter. And I hope these tools help us together, because all of us as a collective, we all make a difference. Your healing is my healing. My healing is your healing. So I really hope that you take some of these tips and tools, and it really does help you. And again, come back to me. Let me know the miracles and the magic that comes forth from it. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day, and I will see you soon.